Welcome, everybody, to the Acorn Impact Podcast. This is our second episode, and we're excited to jump in. This episode is going to focus on account management. So I'm your host, Taylor Young, the company Ninjaneer here at Acorn Claims. And along with me are two of my special guests. I've got Jay Knight Guasco, who is our Vice President of Business Development, and Jamie Karlsen, who is one of our account managers. So welcome to the podcast, ladies.
Thank you, Taylor.
Glad to have you aboard. So we'll just kind of jump right into it because, account management is something that obviously we've focused a lot on. It's something that's helped our company grow over the years. But I think we're all really excited for the upcoming growth as well, because it feels like we've just got a lot of really good momentum and a lot of the right team in place. So with the role or the importance of account management, can one of you kind of start by telling me what your opinion is on that?
Well, I don't mind going first. So I can talk about how the business development person attributes to the account management role, because we're not, in the business development role, you are not the account manager, but you are oftentimes the first point of contact in building that relationship with the carrier. And to even through the journey of the relationship and the partnership, part of business development is ensuring that we are understanding the client's needs, we are communicating effectively between both parties, and that we're really personalizing the service to that carrier. We're an extension of...
Yeah, and you're essentially, you establish the relationship and then you pass it off to someone like Jamie to kind of carry from there.
Right. And once we've got that new client, each client has a designated manager within Acorn who also has a designated team lead to support that manager. And, the relationship starts with Jay bringing in a new client and discussing their needs. And regardless, I manage one of our larger clients, but size doesn't matter on client, small or large, complexity of claims, volume doesn't matter. Acorn always gives the same high level of commitment to servicing all of our clients by being available with our management team. Like I said, a designated manager, our team lead, and then even our director and VP are very accessible as well.
Yeah, having the account manager and essentially everyone that's involved to build the relationship, because as we know, when you have a relationship that fosters trust, it benefits everyone.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And so then I guess with the ongoing relationship, obviously there's performance metrics and things like that. Jay, is that something that's discussed up front, or is that more discussed later on down the road, or how does that even come up?
So that's a good question, Taylor. It really depends on the carrier, or the courting. So for me, I'm the courter. I get to court. I get to court our potential carrier partners. We discuss expectations, but I think once we've onboarded and we've got the list of the expectations or the guideline, that does get passed on to the team, and that would get passed on to Jamie. But then I imagine, Jamie, that then, you're the one that has your hand in the files with the oversight Absolutely. Of your team, Sure. Where for me, I'm not getting into the nitty gritty. I'm learning all that information and passing it on.
Gotcha. Right. So Jamie's in there day in and day out, basically making sure we're meeting all those expectations.
Yeah, once we're getting in and handling claims, we've got those metrics, those service level expectations from the client. Our team leads are looking at a compliance report every single day with fresh numbers, making sure that contact's being made and providing support if there's any issues making contact, and getting inspections scheduled, getting reports turned in. And we're constantly watching those metrics and running those reports and making sure that we're meeting those levels. Along with performance monitoring, of course, we have QA reviewers who are reviewing the estimates and reports that come in from our partners in the field. But we also have a QA department that's reviewing the reviewer, so to speak. So we're quality controlling every step of the way to make sure that we're watching performance and always looking for ways to improve on what we're already doing.
Awesome. So, in a way, too, it's almost like you've got to be educators on that operational side because, obviously with independent adjusters, they are independent, but certainly being able to educate them and make sure that they're aware of things that they're missing is an important part of that, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Even there, our field adjusters are contracted field adjusters, not employees, but they are an extension of Acorn. They're our partner in what we do for our clients. We provide them with all the information we have from the client. We meet with them. We have a special town hall just for our field partners. So we make sure they've got all the information they need, everything up to date. And as far as you mentioned, education, our team leads are great at coaching. Our QA department coaches field adjusters and reviewers constantly when we have changes or things that they need to be paying attention to. We're always coaching to continually improve on the product that we're delivering to the clients.
Good.
And that internal communication with our team, it just lends to great service for our partners.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and so, I mean, Acorn's been known over the years to be flexible. We've always tried to tailor things to that client and be able to adapt very well. Jamie, part of your job, where does that come in? The flexibility and even like the, I guess, customization of the different services. How does that tie into your role?
Yeah, we have a lot of flexibility as far as moving our people around or using our resources where they're needed at the time. If one carrier has a major CAT event where they have a high policy count and we have an influx, our reviewers are typically trained to focus on one or several clients. However, they're all cross-trained so that if the need should arise, we can move people around and make sure that we have that flexibility with the cross-training in order to be able to fulfill any need wherever it might come up across any client that has that high volume at any given time. So we do have that flexibility. We also have a roster of contracted desk examiners. So if we need desk examiners, if we need reviewers, we've got a strike team who we've already interviewed and identified and put through the vetting process. So we know we have those resources that we can call on when they're needed.
And I'm sure, Jay, you probably get asked that a lot in your courting of potential clients, obviously, is what's our flexibility like? Would that be right?
Oh, yeah. And because not all, every carrier is different. And
Absolutely.
For us having for us being able to pivot and customize and be flexible, it just, it goes a long way.
Absolutely. Well, so with these clients, I mean, are they in communication with us quite a bit? I mean, Jay, do you get emails and calls and things like that throughout the time from people that are our client currently?
Absolutely. And that's why the business development role, it's so important to be a part of the operations and be in communication with our account managers and our directors, because oftentimes if it's an account that I've created a relationship with, and being that first point of contact, I'm generally the first point of contact if there's any special needs, or perhaps maybe Jamie's identified that, hey, they could really use some help in this certain area. And then, then that would be the pass off to me. Hey, this is a discussion. We could help them here. It's a win-win. It helps the carrier, but also it benefits our company to have more services lined up with each carrier partner. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not done with them then, even after we've onboarded them as a client, so to speak. You continually build that relationship too. It's not just the operations side. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that, I mean, Jay, can you kind of talk about your strategic role in business growth and how that's impacting Acorn?
Wow.
You've been waiting for this one.
Well, I mean, yes, of course, my role is to be out there, shaking hands, kissing babies, and meeting people. But there is the onboarding side and the follow up, and really getting to know the carrier and what their needs are, or and even from a consulting perspective, I personally don't work within claims, but I've got enough knowledge to understand, hey, if I hear that there's something that we could offer because it would make the carrier's life easier, then of course I want to, bring that to their attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think going back to the communication and coordination, I think too, and the strategic growth, everything, I think it's important to mention that, at Acorn, we're a close team. We work together as a team with, Jay bringing in the clients and then delivering that information to us as managers here, but then even on just all the way across the board with our contracted field adjusters, reviewers. It's relayed to them that we view them as partners and that we are a team. We strive to really get that across to them that they're partners. They're not just a name on a roster to us, that we are partners working together to provide the services. Yeah. And so it fosters a culture of, again, I guess a partnership for lack of a better word, so that we're all working together.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. We are kind of a smaller, tight-knit team as far as it goes. There's several people that have, a very diverse background as far as it goes, from claims to entertainment to sales to everything. So it's really neat to kind of see different people in those roles be able to handle, so many different scenarios as well, but also help the company grow because obviously that's why we're all here as well, is to grow and build something special together. All right. Well, I appreciate both of you joining me. I know you're both busy trying to help us grow, but I appreciate you setting aside some time to chat with me about what you do day in and day out. So that's it. We're live. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe us. We'll be coming out with episodes much more frequently and regularly. So we appreciate you all listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.